listeners mad at me. I don't care. I know I've got integrity. And so believe whatever you want. And so that black lady, I forget her name, poor lady with her kid in the back, was driving around D.C., runs to an Army checkpoint during a drill. They tell her, pull over. She gets scared like any normal person, drives off, and they shoot her dead. Black and white cops shoot her dead. And in the hour that chase was going on, and we didn't know what color she was, and the hours it took for the news to come out, I said, this is horrible that they killed this woman. And I saw comments all over YouTube and InfoWars going, how dare you, you racist piece of garbage. You only care because it's a white woman. Her race wasn't known. I didn't think, what color is this woman that just got executed by the police? Like they're Checkpoint Charlie in Berlin or something, East Berlin. I just thought, saw a woman being chased in a car. We didn't know what color she was. All we could see is she had dark hair. I was against her being killed. And suddenly there was all this outpouring. We apologize. You care. You're not racist. You're mad they killed a black lady. Well, of course I'm mad they killed an innocent black woman. Then Congress gave a standing ovation to the D.C. cops that cowardly shot her when she wasn't endangering anybody, when they executed her. And Neocon Radio praised her execution. Michael Savage didn't. He's the only other talk show host that saw how sick it was. George Norrie didn't think it was good either, but he's not so much political. So see, that just shows. See, I think like Martin Luther King did, where I'm not looking at what color you are first. I will look at how you're dressed and what you're driving, though. I tell you, that'll tell you a lot more. I walk out of some restaurant with my kids, and there's some guys that look like they're a criminal motorcycle gang, and they're bugging their eyes out at me and revving their motorcycles, and they're all white. I immediately start getting ready if one of them tries to rob me or assault me to defend myself and my family. And the same thing, I see black guys dressed like thugs, acting like thugs, and kind of bowing up a little bit at me at a gas station. I'll sit there and start bowing up at them and going over to my car where I got a gun. And let me tell you, it ain't because they're black. It's because they look and act like thugs. And I don't like white thugs, and I don't like black thugs, and I don't like Mexican thugs. I'm sick of thugs. And let me tell you something else. I don't like cops in some cities I've been in that look and act like thugs either. You see, you can get thugs in uniform. You can get thugs in black skin, white skin, yellow skin, brown skin. I don't care. You can get thugs in any color of the rainbow, and I don't like them. Tyranny is government by thugs. When you had that black EMT pulled over by a bunch of white officers in Oklahoma a few years ago, I was one of the first to decry it. Pulling over the ambulance, choking the black guy, getting in his face, telling him to do something. I said, what a bunch of cowards. Need to be fired. I wasn't looking at what color that EMT was. But I think there was something racial going on there. Had a woman in the back having a heart attack. Clearly that stuff goes on. But you just can't mindlessly then sit there, despite what the witnesses say, and say, we're going to kill a cop, we're going to kill his family because he didn't get indicted. And then the thugs say, we're going to riot and burn stuff, including Brown's Church and Mexican food restaurants, you name it. Even if they indict the cop, you can't have mob rule in this country. And that's what the Democratic Party, all over the U.S., arrested in L.A., New York, just hundreds of cities, had Democratic Party events with the primers, a bunch of liberal, fake, white, socialist communists out there with their made-up signs, getting it going so it gets on the news right in the black neighborhood so black folks watch it and go, yeah, I'm going to go join them. In every protest, it'd be 10 George Soros operatives or Justice Department operatives out there to sucker the blacks in again and doing it over and over and over again. So that's what's going on. We're having to clean the tape up. There's so much profanity. Thugs, masked thugs coming up to Shikari and looking at him with so much hate, it blew my mind. I said, that's it, come home. Saying, you sell out, I'll show you terrorist. How dare Alex Jones say we're terrorists? Well, if you're shooting at unarmed firefighters, trying to put fires out, they could kill people, you are a terrorist. That is what terrorism is. Trying to terrorize people, trying to shoot unarmed public servants, that's terrorism. And what the government did at Waco, opening fire on that church, that was terrorism. I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're the FBI, I don't care who you are. When you act like a terrorist, I don't care if you got a uniform or not. But that's what this is all about. Skin color is now a uniform. And the globalists are manipulating us. I'm going to break down all the latest straight ahead.
This hour of GCN programming is proudly sponsored by BlockItPocket.com. Protect your privacy and data and render your phone or device completely undetectable. Go under the radar when your phone's not in use with BlockItPocket.com.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Newsflash. Home invasions are on the rise. It takes less than 10 seconds to kick in a door. 10 seconds is not enough time to protect your family. And what would happen if you're not home? Easy Armor is the ultimate security solution. 85% of break-ins are through a door. Protect your home now with Easy Armor. Go to InvasionStopper.com to get real security for under $70. That's InvasionStopper.com. Easy Armor. Your security is our only business.
Digestive health is key to wellness, and Pro-EM1 is the key to digestive health. Pro-EM1 is a daily liquid probiotic that improves food absorption and supports weight loss by removing toxins from your system. Recommended by doctors, Pro-EM1 is 100% natural, organic, non-GMO, wheat, soy, gluten, and dairy-free. Call us today at 888-611-8025 or visit ProEM1.com to save over $25 on your order. That's 888-611-8025 or PROEM1.com.
Hey, Boomer! I learned in school today that 60% of our bodies are made of water. Good thing we have the Berkey system. It's the cleanest, best water ever. Mom says it's because the Berkey's filtration system cleans out the bad stuff and leaves only pure, delicious water. I know, right? You love it too. Yeah, I'm thirsty too. Let's go get some. Get Berkey clean water by calling 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Or visit GoBerkey.com.
If you have candida overgrowth, just taking antifungal agents or starving yourself of sweets does not address the cause. Candida overgrowth is the result of a toxic, damaged, acidic, low oxygen, and inflamed tissue environment. The goal should be to remove the toxins, heal damaged tissues, restore healthy pH, eliminate inflammation, and feed beneficial bacteria. Previous usage of antibiotics or steroids or exposure to mercury or other toxins can damage many cells in the GI tract and body that make you prone to candida overgrowth. Removing toxins and healing tissues should be the goal. One World Whey is a whey protein food that supports detoxification, repair of tissues, and elimination of inflammation, healthy pH, and growth of beneficial bacteria. One World Whey is duly reformulated to be higher in protein and lower in carbohydrate. We believe One World Whey is an excellent food to support your efforts to create a healthy internal body environment. Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
Time and time again.
You need to come here and help us. We need assistance, please.
Those we should be able to depend on let us down.
Federal and state and local officials saying help is on the way. Well, the folks here in Belle Harbor say, show me.
Don't depend on the government to save you. Take action now so that you're prepared for the next disaster with MyPatriotSupply.com. Get the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more at MyPatriotSupply.com. Call 866-229-0927.
We are hurting down here, and we need help immediately.
Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.
You can run on for a long time. Run on.
You can run on for a long time.
So,
Run on.
protesters flood streets across the U.S. as Ferguson dismay spreads coast to coast. That is government globalist-run CNN, on record CIA, Department of Defense running it. Look it up. Just type in CNN run by secret Pentagon team. You'll get Washington Post. I mean, I'm not just saying that. Remember Gore Vidal, before he died, went on CNN once, and he said, this is amazing. This is the first time I've been on CNN in years where there wasn't an Army general standing behind them telling the person I'm debating during the breaks what to say. Because that goes on. Well, now they've just moved on to PSYOP, the NFL, and ESPN, because there's no audience for the news. The larger job was to discredit U.S. journalism by infiltrating it and turning it into state-run to destroy it. They're scared of big institutions with investigative journalists. Now they're moving into the internet to kill it as well. Now, again, our military is the hope, but also the doom. It's up to us. The military's very awake because they're now aware of the PSYOP. They've been decompartmentalized. Same thing with the police in many cases. That's why we don't want to make them our enemy. It's pointless. They're Americans too. We have to say, no, we're aware of the RAND Corporation plan. We're aware of the National Stability Force. We're aware of the fascist takeover program to use socialism as a control system. Then it's game over. So you've got CNN and MSNBC and everybody fanning the flames of this over a guy strong-arming a convenience store minutes before he shot. Witnesses saying he attacked the cop, ran back, charged him again. Is it excessive force? I mean, I've gotten the point, 40 years old, I can fight pretty good, but, you know, if somebody attacks me in a parking lot, I'm just going to start attacking me. I'm going to try to get in my car and get away from them. If they start knocking the window out, I'm just going to shoot them. I don't have to sit there and roll over and die. And, you know, if a black guy's being attacked by a white guy for no reason, shoot him. I mean, it's real simple. So now we have the grand jury documents, and the witnesses are telling the grand jury, black witnesses are telling them that, you know, Brown attacked the cop, basically. Who knows? That might not be true. The point is, why is this the big hype? Because the country's being sucked dry by foreign banks. The country is being taken over by the globalists, and they want us fighting with each other while they open the borders, while they raise the taxes, while Obamacare goes through, while the UN gun treaty goes in. Let me tell you, the riots get bad enough that they're trying to start. It's like a fire, though. They've just got small flames going right now in the aggregate historically compared to the riots, the Watts riots and things of the 60s and things like that, and the 92 riot. But they could really go whole hog here, and it could really explode. Remember what Henry Kissinger said at Bilderberg in 2001, or was it 1991, going from memory? He said, hey, Americans would never accept UN peacekeepers in Los Angeles unless there was a big enough crisis, and then they would beg for their global government to come and occupy them. So remember, we told you this was coming, and that Obama's endgame, his last 2 years in office, would be to invoke racial division and racial animus to bring in the police state, to legitimize military equipment to the police, while at the same time getting the Democratic Party more into a racial-based system to not even care if black unemployment doubles under Obama. At least they can go out and hate white people. Because the poor white person living down the street, they did it. Or the poor white woman who's a manager at Papa John's, probably getting $12 an hour, came out with her bare hands, we have video of that, and fought off men with her bare hands. Why didn't the managers give her a gun if she's going to stay there and defend the Papa John's? I mean, you got to love this country where it's women fighting thugs off while the police stand down. I mean, it is just simply ridiculous that we've turned into this as the police stand down. Yeah, I mean, there's the black guys yelling at the poor white woman, getting in her face, as if a woman getting $12 an hour at Papa John's is exploiting the black community in there making pizzas. And he starts kicking the window in, hits the woman, and then she pushes him back. I mean, what tough guys. Let me tell you what my daughters or family would do. Pull a revolver out, shove it in your chest, and start pulling the trigger. That's called real feminine empowerment. The women in my family, You assault them, they don't fist fight you. They pull a gun out, they pump it into you. And then everybody can cry and go, oh my gosh, she didn't let the thugs attack her. She's racist. No. People are sick of it. Just because you're white doesn't mean you deserve to have your head caved in like Reginald Denny. Or if you're black, you don't deserve to have the Klan drag you behind a car. It's the same thing. And I'm sick of it. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
We're on the mark.